It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So I'm doing my shift for Yahoo before I head back out for some more entertainment and action. Yesterday I woke up and my girlfriend dropped me off at Caltrain, and I got off at Caltrain at Millbrae, and they have it all set up. So northbound Caltrain, you get off and the ticket gates for BART are right there. You can't miss it. So I get off and I look at my BART ticket, and there's only $2.85 on it, so I put 20 bucks more on it, and it's $4 to get to the airport. And while I'm doing this, I see the BART train's there, but it's a timed transfer. People are still going through the fare gates and getting on the train. I don't have to be the first one on the BART. I just have to get on. So I buy my ticket. The BART ticket machine is wonderful because you put your ticket in if you have one. You swipe your credit card, and then if you just want to add 20 bucks to your card, there's this one button you push that does that, and then the confirmation button is the same button. So it's so easy. You can get a BART ticket in 6 seconds. It's something else. So get my BART ticket, and I put my ticket in the machine, and I take it out, and I walk into the BART station, and the BART is pulling away. And unlike a bus, once it starts, it doesn't stop. So much for time transfers. So the rest of us waited 15 minutes for the next train. And of course, in the morning, if you want to go to the airport from Millbrae, you have to transfer San Bruno, so it takes like 15 minutes. But that's why you leave early, you know? So I get to the airport at 6, and the flight leaves at 7. Everything worked out pretty well. I actually got through security and everything and sat down and had about 10 minutes before it was time to board the flight. Well, this flight was completely sold out, and I went to see if I could get a window seat, because when I bought my ticket on Priceline, I didn't know where I would end up. Well, they put me on an aisle. So for a lot of people, that's a good thing. I like the window. So I was stuck in seat 25D, which is the last aisle seat on the right side of the plane, which means that after the plane landed, pretty much everybody but like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 people had to get off the plane before I could. So I'm sitting there with my thumbs up my ass waiting. Finally, it's time for me to get off. So I go to the car rental shuttle. Every time I get off this stupid flight and I go down the escalator at McCarran, I always have to turn around to get to the car rental shuttle, and every time I forget and I walk in a straight line about 50 feet, and then I go, oh yeah, and then I have to turn around and go to the rental car shuttle. Rental car shuttle takes off right after I get there, so that's good. And I go to Hertz, and there's a line because it's Hertz. But I get a Kia Optima with the Colorado license plate and the 36,000 something miles on it. It's a 2009 Kia Optima. It's red. It's got bucket seats. Every car has bucket seats. So, car works fine. I would not recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it either. It comes standard with, like, well, it probably doesn't come standard if you bought it, but this one has navigation and satellite radio and a bunch of other shit that I don't want. There's a little green light that says Eco on it, and on my dashboard, and if I'm doing certain things, it lights up, like if I'm coasting or if I'm only accelerating gently. So I guess it means that if the Eco light is on, I'm doing a better job about my mileage. But most of the time, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. The green light's going to be on unless you're really gunning it. And I already know not to gun it if I want good mileage. So it doesn't really do me much good. And then on the trip screen, it has a digital readout, tells you how, your mileage, how many miles you've driven. And there's 2 different trip odometers, so you can keep track of more than one thing. And then there's one that just says Eco. And I don't understand what that means. Does it mean that if I have that on, the car will drive more efficiently? I don't know. But I just left it on that because I don't need a trip odometer, because I'm giving the car back tomorrow morning in about 15 hours to be exact. My flight leaves in about 17 hours. So, let's see. My first stop was the Venetian. A friend of mine that I used to work with at Hitachi was playing in a poker tournament there, and I thought I'd play in it too. It's just the $150 Day League Noon tournament. It's a pretty good structure, half-hour levels, 7,500 starting stack, 25-50 blinds the first half hour. So, it could take 8, 9, 10 hours before someone wins. I made it past the first break. There were about 90 of the 140 left, and I was in late position with queens, and someone in early position raised, so I re-raised, and then the guy that raised put me all in, and I had about 8,000 chips left, and there were about, I'd say about 15,000 chips in the pot, so I figured I might as well call, and he had aces. And the board did nothing, and so I lost. I guess that was the right thing to do, but it just is kind of funny because you can play with so much skill and precision, and then a hand like that you just kind of get sucked into. You know, I usually just call with queens. I usually just call with ace-queen. But I had already just called a raise twice that tournament, both times with ace-queen, and I didn't want to just call a raise a third time. I wanted to re-raise, so it seemed like a safe thing to do, and it wasn't. But you live and you learn, and that's all you can really say, you know. Oh, look at that work. Well, work can wait. So after that, I went. I have the notes here. Might as well use it. I played jacks or super times pay 9-5 jacks or better because I'm new at the Venetian, because I haven't been there in so long they forgot who I was. And if I got 12,000 coin in, I would get $75 in slot play plus whatever stuff I'd get in the mail. So I played 9-5 super times pay dollars, $18 a spin, and I won $823. And it was only because I got a 4 of a kind, 4 fives with an 8 multiplier, because that's $1,000. Otherwise, I would have been in trouble. See, then I went to Arizona Charlie's Boulder, which is here. I checked in to room 1701. And I had to get my $300 of action in, so I played jacks or better. And the $300 took about 2 hours, but I lost it. And so now I've earned my keep here. I don't have to play here anymore. And I earned about 7,000 points, so they will definitely send me another good mailer for staying here like they did this time. I also got $70 in free slot play that I didn't get anything with. I didn't have any reason to go to a Harrah's property, but if I don't go by the beginning of November, then my points will expire, and I have over $100 in comps there. So I said, well, I might as well shoot some dice because I never can shoot dice, and I need to do something at a Harrah's property. So I went to Caesars, and I shot craps, and I lost $960. Oops. So then I came back to Arizona Charlie's, and I thought that I would have more time, less time than I'd have to go to bed, but it was still early. So I played blackjack and counted and played and shot some craps because it's only $3 craps, and I won $425. So for the trip, I'm down $132. If I don't go to the NASCAR thing tonight, which I don't think I'm going to because I don't have anyone to go with, and I don't really want to go alone, and I didn't really come here to watch trucks go in a circle anyway. So there's no way I'm going to lose all my money this trip. There's just not enough time. But I have to get off work in 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go out and try to lose that money. But it was a pretty eventful day, I guess, from a gambling perspective, and that's all the time we have today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.